Hi YouTube, it's Caroline. This is my Nerdcon Nerdfighteria and my trip to Boston wrap up. I guess it's gonna be kind of a thoughts from places maybe. I've been watching the Vlogbrothers videos since Akio Deathly Hallows came out, and that was been like 9 years ago or something. I remember watching it in high school. I have a DFTBA tattoo. When I heard about Nerdcon Nerdfighteria, obviously I had to go. I made a trip out of it, and I got to spend a week with my best friend in Cambridge and visit everybody I love and everybody near to my heart from university in Lowell, Massachusetts. I got to see my mom. I made a trip out of it. Every time I see the city of Boston, it's like coming home. That was Kelly right there. Sorry. Hi, Kelly. Every time I see South Station, it's like I'm coming home. Like I said, my best friend lives there. Most of the people that I've loved throughout my life still live in or near Boston. I got a piercing, showing off my new piercing there. I got to stay with Kelly's family in Cambridge for this week, and every time I see them, they're like my second family. Every time I visit, they make me feel so loved and welcomed. And going to Lowell, getting to see all my friends from university, my second best friend, his name's Owen, here, getting to go to Winterfest, it was just very heartwarming for me. It was nostalgic isn't the right word because it's not nostalgia. It's just part of my life that I get to reconnect with that I don't always get to think about as much as maybe I like. So we went to Lowell for Winterfest, and I got to get to see my favorite cafe that I used to spend literally 15 hours or more a week at. And it was very welcoming. I had this feeling all week of being loved unconditionally with my best friends as their animals or their family, as well as just going to Nerdcon. Everybody made me feel loved and welcomed all week long, all weekend there. Everyone was so polite and loving of each other. I got to take selfies with some incredible people whose content I've consumed for years. I got to have entire conversations with them and give them recommendations. I finally got to get my book signed by Maureen Johnson. That book went with me to LeakyCon in Oregon, and I wasn't able to meet her. I didn't get to win any of the signings, so it came home unsigned. So I got to bring it back to Nerdcon to Boston, and I got to meet her. She's a fantastic human being, and she makes me laugh every time I see her. She was the best part about LeakyCon a couple years ago, and I really feel honored to be a part of this community, the Nerdfighter community. They're just incredible humans, and it feels like my internet home. There's Owen, there's me. I woke up at 7 a.m. Do you know how much I hate mornings? That was a really big deal for me. And here I am on the train going to Nerdcon. I was on a lot of trains. This is Maureen Johnson, who I already mentioned. But the Nerdfighters, it really is like a second home that exists online instead of in a physical place. They're so polite and genuinely kind towards each other. It's a place of love in a world that preaches hate. It really felt like a gathering of 3,000 people that have known each other for years and not a group of strangers. In every panel that I went to, the people I was sitting next to said hi, and they asked if the seat was taken. They didn't just sit down and assume that it was okay. We could talk. I've been to many other conferences, and it's never had a feeling like that. And I've met Nerdfighters before. Boston Nerdfighter used to do a book club when I was there, and I've been to the tour to Nerdfighting, and I'm a part of their Facebook groups, but this was bigger and better. I was able to have conversations with complete strangers. We got to dance and scream, and most importantly, we got to love. It was audible and palpable. There was so much love. My whole life I've felt like an outsider, and this time I didn't have to be. You don't know anyone's name. You might never have met them before, no matter your race or your sexuality, what bands you like, or how long you've been a Nerdfighter, even if it's only been a week or two. Everyone was included, and I didn't once have to explain my tattoo. I have a DFTBA tattoo. Don't forget to be awesome. And I have to. Everyone asks when they meet me about my tattoo. I didn't have the heart to take the wristband off for a couple of weeks. I finally hung it up at my desk at work, and that meant it was over, that I'm back in the real world. Besides Nerdcon, I did so many other things, so many things that didn't make it into this video. So many things with people that didn't want to be filmed. I got to eat a lot of great things. I got to pet over a dozen dogs, and those who know me know I measure the goodness of my days and how many dogs I get to pet. I got to go to the aquarium as shown here, and I got to visit 5 bookstores in one day. I got to see friends that I haven't seen in over a year, 2 years, and I got to see how much Lowell had changed since I graduated. I got to go to Winterfest and toast marshmallows and watch the fire dancers. I got to see the people that I love, and we all just had a good time. It was very restful without getting enough sleep because there was so much to do. It was good for my soul. I'm chronically ill, and I am mentally ill, and I can't eat everything that I'd like to because of my eating restrictions, and it was good to forget about that for a week. I was only poisoned once all week when I asked if something was gluten-free, and it wasn't, and that's a miracle. Having to eat out, or getting to eat out, depending on how you look at it, so much in 1 week and only being poisoned once was insane. It's more than that on a regular basis here. And arguably the best part was coming home to my puppy, my own bed, and my aunt. It was great for a week, but it's over, and I'm back to the real life now. Bye, YouTube. I hope you liked this video.